Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Caramba, Damzaki. We are back with halftime hooks. Hooks, what are you telling me, bro?
Man, I wanna say I'm good, bro, but yeah, man, that I don't know if you've been seeing see me do the rounds, but that Newcastle, it really hit me, man. I won't lie, man. It really did hit my soul, blood. Like had man in pain, bro. I won't lie. So I don't know if I can run the game today, yeah, and just gas up the thing. But yeah, no, that one hit me heavy still. I won't lie. I lost a lot of faith. You know what I mean? I did lose a lot of faith in it. But then, yeah, I didn't nearly pop the champagne, because it was like, yeah, Edu left the club, and I was like, yeah, blood, let's go, man. It was like somebody answered my prayers, in it. Somebody finally answered my prayers, in it. So look, we have Inter now. We have Inter now, which based upon, I know you're gonna cuss me, yeah, but based upon this one fact, yeah, I think Inter will rotate because they got Napoli on the weekend and they care more about that game than they do against the game against Arsenal. I feel like they'll rotate and we may be able to nick something at the San Siro. So maybe tomorrow my mood will be a bit higher, but we gonna learn. We gonna learn, innit? We gonna learn, man.
Did we speak after that Newcastle result?
Not directly, but we was on the League Gunner stream.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly before we get into the news, there is news of Odegaard being back in training. There is news about Declan Rice, a precaution to Declan Rice as well. Before we get into all of that and then get into Edu as well and get your thoughts on that as well. First of all, what was your thoughts after the result against Newcastle, bro?
Bro, I was in the depths of hell, bro. I was in the depths of hell, bro. Like, you know them ones, yeah, where you know you have to put the content aside, and you know you have to put aside the fact that you gotta go on this channel and that channel, and you gotta get smoked here and you gotta get cussed there. Like, putting all that aside, yeah. Man said halftime, Drake. Fuck.
This one, you don't tell me what's really going on. Ready, what's happening? The take care joke.
Oh, that was in the thumbnail, you know. I actually did it. Oh my god, but yeah, putting all that aside, yeah, bro. Like, I'm an Arsenal fan first and foremost, above all else in it, but it was. I just went through the pain, bro. It was just like it hurt me, man. Like, people laugh, but I was genuinely upset, like sad, like, you know, when like you lose a brethren, or you get me, you lose a, like, sad, bro. Because like obviously for me, Arsenal is like cool when everything else in my life is going a bit mad. Like, Arsenal's the source of happiness in it. Like, I know that I can just park off, chill, focus on the game, put my energy into that, and man will feel joy, bro. You know them way there. But Newcastle, pathetic, bro. It was disgusting. It was disgraceful. Like, this manager didn't have a clue, no ideas, bro. I'm seeing him do dumb shit like, we need a goal, bring on Zinchenko instead of Sterling. Need a goal, bring on Ben White instead of Sterling. I'm seeing somehow, through the grace of God, yeah, Trossard was able to stay on the pitch for like 70 minutes. He should have been off after 30, but he was doing this stupid tactical instruction of like, whether you think he's good or not is a different story. But in the calendar year of 2024, he's been our most clinical striker. He's been our best striker. He's been our goal scorer, Kai Havertz. Why is the instruction for him to drift over to the right, to take up space on the right, to make it harder for Saka to get space, to facilitate space for Trossard to come into the 9? Why, if you want Trossard to be in the 9, then why not just play Ranieri in the 10, so then Trossard can be in the 9? Like, why play a 9 and then tell the 9 that he must drift over to the right to take space away from Saka? Like, it was just stupid, bro. Like, it was dumb. And then I'm watching us play. Well, I can't even call it football, because, by the way, all I'm seeing is in the defense and in the mid, we're doing this horse shooting, bro. Like, call the balls over here. Oh, there's bare players. Okay, pass it all the way around. Okay, to the other side. We did it bare slow, turtle pace, and now players are over here. There's no space. Okay, no one wants to take a risk. Okay, all the way back round. And I was just watching you all day, bro. I was watching Around the World, around. You know the music where
yeah, this is it, man.
Like,
Combinations.
yeah, bro. Bro, it was mad dead, bro. And like, I saw this. I can't even really slew Havertz, because I saw this diagram, yeah, of like our passing, innit? And we made like only on 4 occasions in the whole game, we made passes into the box. Like, everything else was just to the side and to the wings and backwards. And bro, man, it was awful to watch, man. And you know what? I've said it before, but I'm saying it with more vim now, yeah. Bro, everything that Wenger fought against, bro, this guy is now trying to embody in my club. All this dark heart shit, all this duel shit, all this like combat and physical over the tiki taka, play ball quick, pass and move football. Now, bro, we're basically becoming 18-wheeler trucks just crashing about, bro. Destruction derby settings, bro. Remember that game, bro?
Do you remember when this fan base never rated Jose Mourinho? They said his football's dead. At least it won trophies, though. That's the only way it was justified. If this manager don't deliver trophies, what are we watching?
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? What are we watching? What are we watching this for?
Bro, like, bro, I'd rather watch paint dry, bro. I'd rather watch anything else, bro. I don't like rugby, yeah. But if you're making me watch rugby and football, I might as well go and watch rugby. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make it, bro. It's so dead, bro. Like, it's so dead, man. Like,
then you think it's crazy that this manager, Odegaard's been out for weeks, yeah, and this manager still can't get the midfield right without him. And then I heard, I don't know if you saw the same article. I saw an article about we may potentially be getting Ethan out on loan.
Pardon?
And I'm thinking, yeah, apparently, I don't know how true it is. Obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying believe it. I'm just saying it's out there. I saw an article. I think I saw it last night. An article about Ethan, about Arsenal potentially to give Ethan more minutes. He's going to go out on loan. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand. If we're concerned about giving him minutes, yeah, why don't we just give him minutes in the games leading up until Odegaard? Even with Odegaard coming back, I mean, let's get to it. I mean, I saw the article. I don't know if you saw it as well about Odegaard. I don't know how true this is, but Odegaard apparently, according to the Independent, Odegaard is set to hand Arsenal a major boost by making a comeback against Inter Milan. But Declan Rice has missed out on the travelling squad. Apparently, Declan Rice is out for a precaution ahead of, obviously, the London derby against Chelsea. I mean, what do you make of this? Odegaard's coming back. He's coming back from quite a big injury. He's not going to be at 100%. And then we may potentially, there's rumours out there that we may potentially loan out Ethan.
Do you know what? Yeah. But I'm fighting really hard, yeah. I'm fighting so hard against like the just saying it, yeah. He's making it so hard for me, bro. Like, the feeling that I have to just say get this guy out the club immediately, bro, is burning up so much, bro. Like, how, bro, riddle me this, yeah. I want all of the people out there that will cuss me and have been cussing me, yeah, for saying I've lost faith and potentially want him gone, yeah. Riddle me this, yeah. How do you promote a 10 from the youth setup into the first team and then you sell ESR, who's a 10, and you loan out Vieira, who's a 10, and then your 10, or I mean, we can do semantics. He's like a high 8/10, gets injured, yeah, and then you don't put in the guy who you promoted into the first team to be the understudy of the 10 that got injured, and then, yeah, and then you go, you know what? You can't get minutes, even though I promoted him. So to give him more minutes, when I could just give him more minutes, and the minutes have been justified, I'm gonna send him on loan. Riddle me this, bro. Bro, riddle me this. Bro, it doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, I feel like I'm in a movie, blood. Like, what is this, a TV show? Like, I mean, the Marvel universe, bro. The level of spin.
It's like musical chairs, bro. It's like musical chairs with the players, bro. You're absolutely bang on. I completely agree with everything you just said. Everything you just said. If you're not gonna, how can you have Fabio Vieira? You bring him to the team. You pay 30-odd million pound for him, yeah, to be number 2 to Odegaard. You play Odegaard into the ground. You get rid of Fabio Vieira when at the start of the season, we saw articles saying that Fabio Vieira, this is his breakout season. I don't believe he's good enough. But you need to justify purchasing the guy because you purchased him. But then you take him back to Porto. Then you only keep Ethan. Ethan performs every 90 minutes that he plays. He's man of the match. Every full 90, he's man of the match. But then this guy, now we're seeing some articles out there saying for the guy to get minutes that's actually put in man of the match performances, when given the opportunity, needs to go out on loan to get minutes. Then you've got Zinchenko, that the experiment hasn't worked as a left back. But instead of trying to utilize him as a 10, since the left back experiment hasn't worked out, why don't you just put Zinchenko in the 10 then? If you don't trust the kid, put him out on loan, but then put Zinchenko. Then we can say, okay, now we can, let try that. Because listen, we always saying, yeah, Zinchenko is better as a midfielder. Then play him in the midfield. Try it. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what he would rather do? He'd rather play Trossard in the 10. He'd rather play Havertz in the 10. These are all the things he'd rather do in the 10. He'd rather play Miko Moreno in the 10 than play Zinchenko or Ethan in the 10 when we need to get points. When we're part of the chasing pack now. And one more loss, we're in the top 4. We're completely, I already think we're in the top 4 race. Another loss cements it. We're in the top 4 race.
Yeah. Not even that. A draw. I think, bro, we can't drop any more points. We can't drop any more points until we are first and Liverpool and Man City start dropping points to open up room for us to potentially drop points. That's how deep it is. That's actually how deep it is. Do you know what the thing is as well, yeah? If you're not going to play Wanyeri as a 10, why don't you just go, okay, let's just play 4-4-2 in possession? Because you could play a forward 2 of Trossard and Havertz, and then Havertz can operate as a shadow striker, what he did when he was at Bayer Leverkusen, which is what made Chelsea want to sign him, which is where everybody agrees Havertz was cold, when he was at Bayer Leverkusen playing just behind the striker. Why not do that? Why is it, do you know what, yeah, this is the thing that's really frustrating, yeah? Why is it only one way? Why can it only be one way? Like, why can't it be, you know what, we don't have our first team, but these are the players that we have available. I think with the players that we have available, it may actually be better to play a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-4-2. Or do you know what I'm saying? Just something, just play to the strengths of what you have available to you. Like, we all
to the strengths of what we have, don't you think we suit a back 3? And then you can use Saka. Saka can play as a fullback. He used to play as a fullback when he broke into the team as a fullback. So you can play him as a wing back. And then you can defensively be solid, but you can also attack going forward. If we play a back 3, we'll be able to put out a better lineup.
Do you know what's even more mad as well? With the back 3, yeah, you can actually play Kiwior as the middle centre back. and then he's not liable to getting spun defending wide areas, which he's not great at. You can have Gabriel and Saliba defend the wide areas. If you play with three at the back, you could actually go, you know what, Zinchenko, you can play left wing back. Then he's not so heavily reliant on having to come back and defend because you have 3 defenders at the back. But this is the point. Why is there no change? Like we like, look, whether you like him or not, you have to admit that he's an intelligent man. He's a smart guy. Like, he understands things that not a lot of people understand. So why is it that you, someone who's meant to be smart, can't do smart things?
Because stubbornness, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes stubbornness. It's all good being stubborn when you're a winner. When you're stubborn and you're a loser, that's when you're going to be questioned. Jose Mourinho was stubborn, but he was a winner. So his stubbornness was rewarded. Pep is stubborn in the way that he wants his players to play, but he's always rewarded by winning major honors. You can only be stubborn. Wenger used to get criticized because he got stubborn and then he wasn't winning anymore. And that's when he started getting criticized. Yeah. Because it's like, Wenger, what are we doing now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, we're getting slapped up by teams. If we're losing 3-0, he still wants to go all out gun-ho attacking. It makes no sense, bro. Declan Rice, listen, another one. You know what I'm saying? We already heard, I don't know if you heard this a couple of weeks ago, that Havertz has been carrying an injury, but they've been monitoring it. You know, now Declan Rice with a precaution. We better be ready, bro, because Partey's on the decline. Let's be real. Partey's on the decline from the levels of when he first came into the club. He's on the decline.
He's been our best player this season, though. Bar maybe Saka.
Luckily we bought in Moreno, so we've got a bit of cover in that, you know, in that position with Rice being out. But at the same time, too many players are getting injuries. Just play 3 at the back. Do you know what I'm saying? When we're a defender, we got back 5, and then you can play Ethan in the 10. You can have somebody like a Ethan and accommodate if he loses the ball. You got the numerical advantage in the defense. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, this manager, like, as much as we can say he's smart, he's stupid as well. He's stupid because this ain't the first time he's tried to play defensive football, bro. This ain't the first campaign we tried to play defensive football, and we needed a clinical goal scorer. You've left us short. Yeah, I'm saying we needed rotation. Like, it's not a smart thing thinking that, oh, okay, Saka's going to be fit for the whole season. Odegaard's going to be fit for the whole season. You know, Havertz doesn't need competition. I don't understand this guy, bro. I really don't understand this guy. We've got more defenders than we do midfielders and attackers, so we might as well play with a back 3. That's what the team has been built for. It's kind of been built to play a defensive lineup.
It's crazy.
I don't get it, bro. You know what I mean? Big up Northside. You need to be careful versus Inter. They're more than comfortable just sitting back waiting for you. I don't think Arteta is ready for this. I don't either. The only thing I'm banking on, is Thuram and Martinez. They're good for Serie A, but in the Champions League, they're not that great. That's the only thing I'm banking on. The fact that they ain't really got like a killer up front that I rate. But more time, I'm looking at this game thinking, this is a game we can lose. This is a game we can lose, bro, because the way that they performed against you, man, against Man City, was crazy. All they needed, though, was to put away their chances.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What's going to be worse? Inter Milan's finishing in the Champions League or our overall play?
Or our finishing.
Or our finishing.
Yeah, or our finishing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got the same problem that they got. Do you know what I mean? Like, we only scored 2 goals against PSG and 1 goal against Shakhtar. We've only scored 3 goals in the Champions League, so we got the same problem they got.
That's the only thing that's given me a little bit of faith, that we can get something out of the game. But ultimately, Arsenal ain't winning the Champions League. And we ain't winning the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, do you know, at the start of the season when we were talking, Hooks, this is why I said, I don't only not trust this manager tactically, I don't trust the fact that we've got the right quality. Those are the 2 biggest things that are the problems at this club. We don't have the squad and we don't have the manager that can work it out. You can't work it out. Man's played 3 DMs in midfield since Odegaard being out. He's played Rice and Partey in the midfield. He's played Rice and Moreno in the midfield. Like, which one of these players are ball carrying midfielders? Which one of these lot can actually transition out of the defense like a Santi Cazorla to transition? Which one of these players are, bro, it just doesn't make any sense, bro. Like,
our transition is abysmal. Do you know what the funny thing is, If you want a ball carrier in the midfield, then it might actually just be better for you to play Gabby Jesus in the left 8, because as bad as he's been form wise and as bad as he is in front of goal, one of his strong points is actually receiving the ball on the half turn and then carrying it. He's actually a very underrated ball carrier. Ball carrying is actually one of his strengths. So, but this is what I mean. Like, why can I, who I don't see these players every day. I don't see them in training. I don't always go to the ground. So I'm not watching each player individually live all the time. I'm mainly seeing what's on my TV and analyzing what I see when they're playing. Why can we see this potential of what you could do with the team? But this brother, is it that he's not seeing it, or is it that he's refusing to accept that maybe breaking away from his current system is the best thing to do? Because you called him stupid, yeah? And then, do you know what, yeah? It's funny, yeah, because I was talking to my brethren just now. We had a stream, yeah? And he was like to me, you see when we went the Moreno, Partey, and Rice against Bournemouth, that wasn't the game to do it. But the game that you should actually play that, Newcastle, he plays the midfield that you should probably play against Bournemouth. And I'm like, you know what? That's the point, you know, because when you want your midfield to be physical and hold up the physical battle, you decide to go for the midfield that's maybe going to play a bit more. This guy's cracked, you know. He might be on the drugs, you know. You might just have to accept it. He might be on the drugs. I don't know if you can say drugs on YouTube. He's on the D. Whoa, saying on the D is brazy, bro. He's on the.
he's on the spice. He's on the crystal.
Yeah, he's on the spice. Yeah, he's on the spice, man. He's on the spice. Man.
It's mad. Do you? What's your prediction for tomorrow's game? What is your prediction?
I think if Odegaard plays, we can win 1-0. But I think the more likely result for the game is going to be 0-0. I don't think either team is going to score. I don't think that Inter Milan actually care about this game. Honestly, I don't. I think the way Inter Milan are viewing this game is, yeah, it would be great if we win, but if we draw or lose, it doesn't actually really matter because we'll win the rest of our Champions League games. Like, I genuinely feel like they're because I'm even hearing that Inzaghi's potentially going to rest Barella and Bastoni because they got Napoli on the weekend, which is arguably so far game of the season because it's them and Napoli going neck and neck for who's going to be first in the Serie A. I think they care a lot more about that. I don't think they care about this fixture. It's Arsenal. We all know that Inter don't really care about Arsenal. We all know that their fans don't really care about Arsenal. We all know what European teams are like. The European powerhouses, they only really care about teams that have won the Champions League. They don't really care about Arsenal. I don't think they care about this game. I think that they may even think that we can throw out, you know, a heavily rotated squad and probably still win. Do you know what I mean?
I hear that, man. I hear that. I mean, on this Edu stuff, I mean, what do you make of this? Because for me, I just feel like we keep hearing rumors about, you know, Saliba going to Real Madrid. This, I think, Edu leaving. I mean, some Arsenal fans are trying to justify this by, oh, he's getting a step up in terms of his position at Nottingham Forest and he's getting more money. We've sold this project, yeah? This project's been sold to us as fans and to the world as Mikel Arteta and Edu running the show.
Yeah.
Now, one of them is leaving to go to Nottingham Forest. All due respect to Nottingham Forest. Are they going to win anything? Probably not. Most likely not. It's looking like if you're a player that's looking to come to Arsenal, or if you're a player that's thinking about renewing your contract or go elsewhere, like a Saliba with 2 years left on your contract, Real Madrid knocking on the door. Don't you think the sporting director that is supposed to be very pivotal to this process that we're supposed to be getting behind and believing in, the fact that he's leaving, that doesn't sell the process too well. That does not look too good on the process and on the project. The fact that, this is where I feel like we look bad. We look bad that we sold the project as Mikel and Edu, the face of the process, and Edu's leaving before that. Like, he's already announcing that he's leaving, regardless if we win the league or not. He doesn't want to continue.
No, he's left already.
Oh, he's already left.
Yeah, he's left already.
I saw another article that he's leaving at the end. Okay, he's already left. So he hasn't even seen out. He hasn't even seen out the flipping the whole season. Yeah, Why would a player say, okay, let me dedicate some more years to Arsenal Football Club? If the sporting director doesn't believe, the sporting director, it's not like the sporting director is left to go to Real Madrid or left to go to Bayern or left to go to Juventus or left to go to, you know what I'm saying, Barcelona. He's left to go to Nottingham Forest. That looks bad. Whoa. Second of all, the fact that the sporting director allegedly wasn't happy with his say in terms of the players that he wants to bring into the club, I look at it as another sporting director that may potentially want to come to Arsenal may turn us down. Some targets may turn us down, feeling like, hold on, you want a sporting director, but yet the final say is on the manager. Then what am I doing here then?
Exactly. This is the problem. So, all right, so a few things. So from what I understand and the reading I've been doing, the reason why Edu decided to leave now is because they had a strategic review meeting, and the line that he wanted to follow is not the line that the majority of the hierarchy wanted to follow. He's very upset at the fact that he wanted the CEO role, but they put Richard Garlick in the CEO role instead. And be it as it may, I don't think he's done anything to deserve being the CEO of Arsenal, but I hear it. And this, basically, he wants to leave on good terms with Arsenal instead of staying and it gets sour, which I think is also a very bad indication for Arsenal fans, because if Edu is kind of alluding to the fact that if he continues to stay, the relationship with the Arsenal hierarchy could get very sour, that then now we're in a situation of, okay, because we don't know, we just have to assume that we actually might have to assume that Edu's on our side. Because if you think about it, yeah, don't you think it's very strange that when Edu is leaving and there's already talks from him saying, you know, the way he wants to go is not really being accepted and he wanted more power at the club, but he couldn't get it. He wanted the CEO role, couldn't get it. The club then go, Mikel Arteta is going to play a major role in deciding who's going to be the next sporting director, which to me, if you know, and I'm not no rocket scientist, but if you do 1 + 1 = 2, I think that the dynamic duo of Edu and Arteta over the years, Arteta's outweighing that now. Arteta's getting more power in that balance than Edu. So a lot of the players that are coming in now or have come in, we might have to go, oh, don't know if we can blame Edu on this one, because all that's come out now, maybe Edu wanted other targets, but Arteta wanted X. Maybe that's why we got Sterling at the end, because maybe Edu wanted this guy, but Arteta wanted this guy, and they couldn't come to an agreement. And because they couldn't come to an agreement, it just got vetoed. And Arteta said, "Cool, just go get me Sterling on loan. It makes sense financially." So that's a problem. I don't think it reflects. I don't think him leaving to go Nottingham Forest reflects badly on us, because he's not going to just Nottingham Forest. So he's basically going to oversee the whole group. So it's Nottingham Forest, Olympiacos, and I believe one other club. I don't know what the other club is. So he's basically going to kind of oversee all of these clubs. So now,
I don't know what I'm saying though. Like all those clubs, yeah. Like, is Marseille gonna win the league? Probably not. Is Nottingham Forest gonna win anything? Probably not. Would people say that we're bigger than those two clubs? Probably. They probably would say that we're bigger. And then that's why it looks bad on us, because it's like, well, if this project so great, why are key figures or heads of this process leaving the process before even the end of the season? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't look good, bro. It's not a great selling point to players like Saliba that's got 2 years thinking about, okay, do I want to dedicate any more of my career to this process? If we want to go and get a Gyökeres could be looking at, Arsenal's a step up from Sporting, but I could bide my time. There's a lack of clinical goal scorers out there. All of a sudden, maybe I'll get an offer from a bigger club than Arsenal. Do you get it? And all of a sudden, we're looking like, okay, well, Mikel Arteta's been there for 5 years, hasn't got over the line. Sporting director, head of, recruitment, has left because of, not seeing eye to eye with Mikel Arteta. The club hasn't really delivered. Is this really the right place for me to go to?
Yeah. So I hear that. I do hear that. And I don't know about you, but the one thing that I'm confused about is why does Arteta have final say on transfers if you have a sporting director? Because my understanding of the sporting director model is the sporting director takes control of securing transfers. Like, from what I understand, the sporting director and his team, they'll present a set of players that for each position that are kind of agreed upon by the manager. So it's like, okay, for example, Arteta, what 5 targets do you want in each position? And then you'd be like, okay, I want X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. And they'll be like, okay, but we want X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. And they'll come to some mutual agreement. And then they've agreed upon, okay, these are the set of players that we're going to focus on trying to get over the next however many years. And then the sporting director just goes and does his thing. But it feels like they have to answer to Arteta, which is now where the worrying part is because obviously, let's be real. I mean, if I was a manager, I want to have say over transfers, innit? So now if you're telling me I now get to control to some degree, probably the largest degree, who comes in as the next sporting director, any sporting director I'm interviewing, if I say to them, so how do you feel about me having final say on the targets we go for? You know what, man, I'd rather I have final say. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's not coming. He's not coming. He's just not coming. And the Kroenkes are not going to go against what Arteta says because they're the ones that are basically giving him the power to do this. So that's where the problem for Arsenal lies, because there's a lot of good sporting directors out there. There's a lot of good sporting directors out there. I looked into it, and I mean, not even just from the aspect of securing talent or building up like the youth prospects within the club, and then not even just generating money for the club. Like there's sporting directors that have actually taken clubs from like not really doing anything to being like historically great. And we could potentially miss out on one of those because of Arteta. So we could go backwards. Do you know what? Yeah, I have this really concerning thought of what's actually going to happen, and I feel like they might just promote Per Mertesacker into the role. I have this feeling that they're just going to promote Per Mertesacker into the role. And
I feel like them going, if they're going to give Arteta all the power, then why have we got a sporting director? They might as well just say, listen, we're going back to the days of Wenger. Because for me, you're just selling us dreams. Like, don't try to act like you're trying to be progressive and really and truly you're trying to go back to giving the manager all the flipping power in player sales and players coming in and all that type of stuff. Like, if Arteta's going to have the ultimate power, first of all, I don't feel like if he gets up, I feel like he's not going to get sacked, because they're building the whole team. They're continuously building the whole team around Arteta. Yeah, he's not. Ultimately, like, why would you be giving this manager? I said, you know what? I questioned this. Yeah, do you know when I questioned this? Towards the start of the season when we gave him a new contract. I said, why are they giving him a new contract when this guy hasn't won anything? The best motivator is win the league or your job's on the line. But now you've given him a new contract. So now when you give him a new contract, now you're forced to pay him out. Now we can afford to pay him out. But why would you do that? Because it's a great motivation for him to have to deliver. But you giving him a new contract at the start of the season, that gives the manager a kind of like, well, as long as I get Champions League football, then we'll just say that we put the pressure on. That just shows me from the hierarchies at Arsenal, we're not serious about winning anything, because you're not making anybody accountable. The players are not accountable for not doing enough at that crunch end of the season. The manager's not accountable for building a team and not getting over the line. Edu's not been made accountable for the players that he's also wanted to bring in that haven't been good enough. There's no accountability here. This club, as long as we get Champions League football, they're going to back this manager. And the fact that they're now giving him power, not only a new contract, instead of making him fight for his contract, now he's got power and obviously had power already before Edu left. And now I'm hearing he's got power to whichever sporting director we go and get, Arteta is going to be in the process of and going to have a say as to which sporting director we go out there and get. This club has not been run properly, bro. Yeah. You don't give the power to the manager. The higher ups should know what style of play they want, what kind of players and team they want to be able to achieve that style of play. And they will go out there, and if that manager doesn't work, we'll go out and get another manager. But there's a continuity in the way that we scout players and the way that we build the squad, so we don't have to rip it all apart.
Yeah,
they're basically saying we're just going to give Arteta all the power to build a team however he wants. And then what happens once this guy gets sacked? Because eventually he's going to get sacked because he's not going to win us a major honor. I can tell already. I've been saying this. So what's going to happen then? What's going to happen then? We've set ourselves up to build everything around how Arteta wants to play. And nobody can really tell me how Arteta wants to play. One season it's attacking football. Next season it's part the bus. This season it's all over the place. I don't even know what his style of play is. There's no continuity. When Klopp went to Liverpool, you consistently saw the style of play. When Pep went to Man City and he had Joe Hart, then he got Bravo and he started getting players in that he wanted. You could see he had a philosophy and a style of play that he wanted to continuously put his team playing as. What's our style of play? What's our style of play? I don't even know what we're building here. What are we building?
It's very difficult to tell right now. I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I can't answer that question, to be completely honest. And that's the worrying part. I'll be real. It's do you know what we need? We need a protest. That's what we need, you know. We need the only time the Cronkays have ever listened to the fans is when we protested outside of the stadium, bare man there like it was a match day. They had their helicopter, all the news crews with the cameras. Yo, we was on all the news channels. We was the I guess the trending topic. Like, man, we're flinging out flares, all of that, damaging stuff. That's what we need. I think that's the only way they'll listen. You know what I mean? That's the only way they'll listen. Like, other than that, we will just accept what's going on. Well, not accept, but just like be like, okay, cool, this is what it is, and just watch football because we like football. You know what I mean? And just hope. I guess it's hope. You know what I mean? You got hope in it, like, because I think Arsenal fans need to accept that there is a potentiality that we get leapfrogged by Chelsea, we get leapfrogged by Liverpool, potentially, you know, because they are running their ship pretty well. Aston Villa get leapfrogged by Aston Villa. Man City is always going to be Man City. They're just going to spend the peas that they have to spend to just rebuild the team. Like, there's no concerns there. We may even have to accept the potentiality that one day maybe even Tottenham leapfrogs Arsenal, because at least with Tottenham, they have a consistent style of play. They know what they're going to be doing.
Oh, they did it under Poch.
Yeah, you know. So we may have to accept that we could go backwards.
Listen. I'm not going to say we have to accept it. I'm not going to accept it. I think Arsenal fans need to accept the people that they tarnish as negative and rude and this and that. Ultimately, you may not like the way that we deliver our opinion, but ultimately our message is correct. It might not be in the way that's universally accepted in the way that people want to hear it, but ultimately we're right. When we said this manager ain't good enough, we were right. When we say, I agree with you, we do need to protest, but does this fan base do that? This fan base is way too much in love with this club to see what's going on. This fan base is like that guy that never got no gyal, and then all of a sudden he runs into some money, or he's got a good job, and all of a sudden he's got all these leeches. You know what I'm saying? All these girls are leech, but she looks like an Insta model. Yeah, and he's like, you can't see that he's using, like, he just can't see that she's using him, because he's like, yo, this girl, she's a baddie. I never got this girl. This is what Arsenal fans are like. Their love for their club means that they can't see what's in front of them. And what's in front of them is we've been finessed. We've been finessed. And people need to realize the enemy is not Northside, it's not Lee, it's not Matty, it's not Ola, it's not all the real one, it's not us. The enemy is the ownership that continue to sell you dreams. They're the enemy because ultimately, yeah, we've gone through youth projects before, the English Corps, the British Corps, Gibbs, Aaron Ramsey, Wilshire, all of that. We've already done this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Carl Jenkins, we've done this. And the people that are old enough, the fans that are old enough, we've been saying, yo, this doesn't work in the Prem. We're not Dortmund. This ain't the Bundesliga. We're not going to win with a bunch of youngsters. This is the Prem. It ain't going to work. But until the fan base accepts, yeah, that sometimes you have to have tough love with your football club to have changes, nothing's going to change. Ajax, you remember Ajax when they started trashing their stadium?
Yeah.
Tough love. Sporting Lisbon running up on the training ground. I ain't telling people to run up on the training ground, but running up on the training ground, letting the club know exactly how they feel. They are not happy. And now look at them. Winning leagues. Won 2 league titles. Won 2 cup doubles. They're top of the Portuguese league as we speak now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nothing in the world gets changed, yeah, without kicking up a fuss, bro. Even in like economically, like even as a country, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's how you get change, but people don't want to do it, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. The people just I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. Like it gets to a point where I understand people's love for the football club, but it gets to a point where you have to see if you really love this football club, you should be pushing for change because this is ridiculous. If Chelsea, if they win a major honor, before we do, what's the excuse? They've just started their process. If Man United win a major honor before us, what's the excuse? They just started their process. Tottenham are Tottenham. I don't think they'll ever do anything, bro. No, but it's true though, because they always, whatever process they do it half-heartedly. But then we do it half-heartedly. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the way that Tottenham didn't back Poch is the same way we didn't back Unai. We knew what he was a specialist in. Make sure you back him so that he can go out there and win the Europa League. We didn't set him up to win the Europa League. We didn't set him up to win it, bro. But we knew what kind of manager he was. He's a cup manager. He's a cup manager. He's never been one to be lifting bare like league titles and that. So why not back him? If you're gonna go get a manager, then back it. We didn't back it. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand, bro. Like, I'm just tired, man. I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I feel like as I got older, I got so disappointed with this fan base because I was like, rah, the club I support, is this the fan base? Yeah, it's just soft. Like, don't ever want to kick up a fuss. The acceptance to the bullcrap is just annoying, bro. It's absolutely annoying. And people are telling me, oh, Northside, someone put in the chat, oh, now that Odegaard's back, do you think you'll go on a run? A run of what, bro? What's going on is worse than just Odegaard, bro. The whole team doesn't look fluid, bro. The whole team. Don't tell me Odegaard gets back into the team and everything's fixed, bro. Everything is not fixed. We're still missing opportunities. We're not clinical up front. That Odegaard coming back is not going to fix that.
The team looks frustrated in the way that they have to play as well. At least I think, looking at them, I feel like they look very frustrated in the way that they have to play. And that's like, we could potentially start seeing players down tools. I actually wouldn't be against it either. I would actually encourage it because you shouldn't have to play this way. Do you know what Arsenal's doing, yeah? We're running our players into the ground like Klopp did. You see Klopp, how, yeah, his heavy metal football, yada, 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 yeah, it worked, but he was effectively running his players into the ground because his football is not sustainable. You can't do his style of football for like extended periods of time because the only way you can do it is if you're like refreshing your players every 2-3 years. But that's what we're doing. The amount of actions that players have to get involved in a game, bro, we're killing them. We're actually killing them. We're like Saka's already RIP'd. He's only 23. He's already RIP'd. He's done. He's finished. We're not finished in terms of quality, but like I don't think he'll be high flying when he's like 28, 29. All the injuries will start catching up to him because his body would have worn out by then. The same with Havertz. We're running Havertz Havertz is getting run into the ground. run into the ground. Rice, run into the ground. When did he ever get injured at West Ham? When? But now his body is taxing. He's playing more games, and the way that he's being asked to play, he's being asked to do too much. Look, Ben White is now picking up a few injuries. When have we seen Ben White been injured at Arsenal? I can't remember a time. But now he's getting run into the ground because he just game after game after game after game after game.
And before he got injured, you could see the performances were dipping. And normally he's a very consistent player. He's somebody that I always say, people talk about Gabriel Saliba. He's been a very consistent defender when we moved him from centre back to right back. He's been very consistent, bro. You know what I mean? I do give Ben White a lot of props, but Paul dips. Trossard with a penalty this season. You know what I mean? Missing it. He probably did it on purpose. Like Trossard, bro, he looks vexed, bro. Do you remember start of the season? He scored a goal. He didn't even celebrate, bro.
Yeah, vexed.
I don't blame him because, bro, how come, Martinelli never gets moved out of position. Saka never gets moved out of position. Every time we get an injury to the midfield of the attack, Trossard gets moved. He never has a consistent run in his main position, bro. He's been poor this season. I'm not going to defend him. He's been poor this season. But still, bro, I can understand why he's frustrated. I can understand why certain players are frustrated, bro, because it ain't good enough, man.
Do you know why Trossard's frustrated as well? Because just how we can go and type on the internet Arsenal wages 24 to 25, Trossard can do the same. And he's like, raw, why am I on 90k and Martinelli's on 180, blood? Vex. Do you know what I mean? Vex. Like, yeah. I'm so close to, like, you know, I feel like I'm being crippler crossface right now by Chris Benoit. I'm so close to just tapping out, man. Just tapping, man. I'm so close, man. I'm trying to, you get me, but I'm so close to tapping out, man, because...
But for you, like, you've been somebody, like, unlike me, I've never believed in this manager when he got appointed, What do you feel like people like you that have had faith in this manager, what is it that's really, like, what's it going to actually take for you guys to be like, well, you can only speak for yourself. You can only speak for yourself. You can't speak for the whole fan base that do have some belief in this regime. What's it going to take for you to be like, enough? Sack him.
I'm very close. I'm very close. I think lose to Chelsea and I'll probably say it. Do you know what it is? Okay, so the thing that's actually changed it for me, is cool. In the 22-23 season, when Jesus and Zinchenko came in, it was, in my mind, the first season where it was like, cool, he's got enough players to start implementing the way that he wants to play, the way that his system will work. And I saw Arsenal fly. We was flying, blood. Like, and I was like, raw. This Arteta ball is, okay. I'm not too vexed now that I had to wait like 1-2 years to get to this, because this is cold. And then we fell off the cliff. Yeah, we fell off the cliff. We fell off the cliff. And I was like, cool, but there was context and I understood it. I was like, cool. But we still managed to get top 4. I was like, fine. Yeah. Then in the next year, he we was playing slow. But I felt like it was by design. I did feel like it was by design. I was a bit concerned about the chance creation and the inability to put chances away. But I did feel like the tempo we was playing was very, very much by design. And I was like, cool. But and part of me was like, raw, how did we go from what we did at the start of last season to this? And I was like, but cool, whatever, in it, by design. Then we go on holiday, we come back, and then I see the Arsenal that I saw at the start of the 22-23. We was killing teams. I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm believing that it was by design. Cool. Why is it at the start of this season, I see us, like, it's not even slow. It's pathetic. Don't get me wrong, it's slow, but like it doesn't feel like it's by design this time. It feels like it feels like he's tried to tinker a bit too much. It feels like we've made the wrong additions to the squad, the wrong sales, and it just feels like we're collapsing now. And the main reason why, if we lose to Chelsea, I'll probably most likely be Arteta out, is because the process is now going backwards. I'm cool if you tell me we're in a process and we're continuing to move forward. I'm cool with that. I'm a man of process. I believe in process heavily. Part of my old career was like very much on building a process and a structure for people to thrive. So I understand all of that. So I'm like, cool. It makes sense to me. As long as we're going forward. But now we're going backwards. And it's in the moment that we're going backwards, I'm starting to see a bit more of his personality and things that I don't really like. Like, he threw Martinelli under the bus after the Newcastle game, but Martinelli didn't even have a chance. But he was talking about how Martinelli missed a chance, but I'm like, but he didn't do. And the one thing, because if you go back to the Amazon documentary, he said to the one thing I will never do is basically throw you guys under a bus. He said that, but now I'm seeing him do it. So I'm now seeing that when the pressure is on you, you're now trying to pass it off onto other people. That's extremely arrogant. That's actually a trait in a human that I don't like. It is even outside of football. Like
I narcissistic. Like, it can never be me. It's everybody else. It's never. I can never be a problem in anything.
Exactly that. Yeah. So because I'm now seeing him go backwards, it's I can't be sold a dream and then the dream fall apart, but still back the dream. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like, for me, when something stops making sense, I'll be against it. And I'm kind of bracing myself for, you know, all of the trolls and the potential hate that I've already started getting a few people coming to my streams, and when I'm saying certain stuff, they're like, "Oh no, you're wrong. What are you talking about? Oh, you're very reactionary." Yeah. And I'm like, no man can call me reactionary. Because on one of my streams, one of my boys was there, like, you know, like one of my real life bridges, like man are known for time. And I was like to him, bro, these men are calling me reactionary, but for me to be saying this, bro, and he was like, yeah, bro, for you to be saying these things is crazy, bro. Anyone that's watched my journey on YouTube so far, from when I first, like, you get me, was going on the terrace and talking about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Man, no, for me to be Northside, for me to potentially be saying Arteta out is crazy, bro.
Even the gal's been questioning him, and everybody knows that the gal's been backing this manager heavy. And even he's like, yo, this ain't good enough. That performance was the worst performance I've seen under this manager against Newcastle. Bro, you know what I mean? But you know what? It's funny, because they want to deem it reactionary when it's something they don't want to hear. But at the same time, did we not see all these content creators that are so pro this manager and so pro this process and don't want to associate with people like myself and people that, you know, talk like me? They're all saying the same thing as us. Isn't that not reactionary?
Yeah.
After a game, blaming the referees, is that not reactionary?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, bro, man want to be talking about reactionary. No, it's not reactionary. If people, like, for example, for me, I've been calling out the fact that the squad ain't good enough, this manager ain't good enough and all that. So when stuff happens that I've already predicted, it's not reactionary because I called it before the time. So it's not a reactionary response. It's being proven right as to what I've already called out prior to this event. Do you get it?
Yeah.
And these man want to label it as reactionary. No, it's not. I already saw that it wasn't good enough. I already saw that this man runs out of ideas. I said this before. Look at the Newcastle this season. You look at Newcastle game, Bournemouth game, Brighton, Atlanta. 4 games we dropped points. Yeah. You tell me the difference in Arteta's game management to last season, Aston Villa, Fulham, Liverpool, West Ham in the cups, and Bayern Munich. Tell me the difference in management. Tell me what you done differently in these games in comparison to those games.
Nothing. There's no difference. We've actually been on a run now that was very similar to the run that we had in December last season. That cost us the title. But it's just happening in October, November now. Well, I guess technically October because we haven't played. Well, wait, no. We played Newcastle in November, right? So yeah, October, November. It's happening already. Like I guess the only saving grace, yeah, and this is the only saving grace, yeah, even if it's a saving grace at that, is that we've already played the large majority of our difficult fixtures already, and we're the only club to have done that. So there's every potentiality that we could go on a huge, like maybe 10 to 15 games of just winning. There's I mean, lightning can strike in it. Like there is a chance, yeah. And then on the flip side, there's also a chance that when we're flying, teams that then now have to face the harder teams in the league and have to play each other, maybe they drop points. That's the only saving grace. But then I look at Liverpool and I go, they could the way Man City's playing right now, Liverpool could beat them home and away. Do you know what I mean? I look at Chelsea and I go, you know what? They could even do something at Man City away. I'm looking at Aston Villa and going, you know what? Even though it's against Liverpool, and even though they did just get smoked by Tottenham, I could see them grabbing a point there. We know what Emery's like. He can grind out a game. He can make it frustrating. He can make it difficult. So this season, it's not like last season. It wasn't just Arsenal had to focus on Man City, or the season before, Arsenal just had to focus on Man City. Now, as Arsenal, you have to worry about Liverpool. You have to worry about Chelsea. You have to worry about Aston Villa. You know what I mean? You have to worry about, well, to a degree, you have to worry about Tottenham. Ruben Amorim coming in. Who knows what he could do? We've all seen him do what he's done at Sporting. If he can even do, I don't know, 85% of what he's been able to do at Sporting at Manchester United in this season, bro, we might have to look at them as well. They might even go for a top 4 charge. There's so many teams that could realistically get into top 4 that I don't know. I think it's ludicrous to even think about a title challenge at the moment. We have to solidify ourselves in the top 3 first before even thinking about a title challenge. You got teams like Fulham doing bits. I don't know if we beat Fulham. Bro, Nottingham Forest is 3rd.
Oh, we lost to Fulham last season. You're absolutely correct, because we can't be looking at these teams. I know West Ham ain't playing well at the moment. I know Nottingham Forest ain't that great. But at the same time, look at how we've been. We couldn't get the win against Brighton. We got bopped off the park against Bournemouth. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the way that we're playing. Newcastle wasn't amazing, but they took their chance and they defended well. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we're looking like, what are we doing? We don't know what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be real, bro. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, I know Forest are 3rd, bro, but come on, man. Like, come on. Anyone really put in Forest to finish in the top 4? I don't.
No, but do you know what the thing is? But you know what the thing is, though, Northside, yeah? Like, we know that the Nottingham Forest owner, he's not adverse to spending money. If anything, Nottingham Forest owner, if he sees come January the 1st, Nottingham Forest are still in the top 4, it's not even Nuno going to him. He's going to Nuno, yo, tell me who you need to keep us here, and I will buy them. That's
bro, the way we're performing, yeah, bro. But the way that we're performing, I just don't have faith with us against anyone, bro. Like the way this team has embarrassed us, yeah. Like all teams have to do is make sure defensively they're solid, everyone behind the ball, and then just hit us on the counter. Trust me, we have no answer for you. That's how it is right now. We have no answer for you. Do you get me? Get a bit physical with us in the midfield. I'm not gonna like it. You know, play the dark arts, waste time when you're ahead. Trust me, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to break down. We don't even know how to counterattack.
Yep.
We don't even know how to counterattack. So even if you play a high line, we're gonna take forever. Like, we're gonna take a millennium just to transition, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We've seen a solar eclipse move faster than us transitioning, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, right now, I'm not disrespecting Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest could beat Arsenal right now. The way we're playing, they could beat us. West Ham could put a game plan to beat us.
That's our first game after the international break. That's a difficult game.
So when I mean, a man trying to look at Chelsea ain't gonna be easy, bro. Because yes, Chelsea, look, even against Liverpool, yeah, Chelsea, they had some individual mistakes defensively, but they've had some good games. So it depends what version of Chelsea turns up this season. They weren't actually that bad against Liverpool. Yeah, I'm saying. So the thing is, they got a good attack. No, they got a defense that can get got at, but we've got an attack that's disjointed. Everybody's out of form. Martinelli's been poor. Trossard's been poor. Havertz's been poor. All of them have been poor, bro. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly, if they just lean on their attack, what we did? What's our answer? We got 1-0 down. What's our answer? What we did? It's bro. I'm tired of this, man. I'm actually tired of this. People are going to talk about. I saw Rory talks crap talking about, oh, our hardest games have been gone and this and that, bro. I've seen Arsenal in title races losing to Nottingham Forest. Yeah, you know, the last couple of games of the season. I've seen us in a title race lose to Fulham. You know what I'm saying? I've seen us lose to teams that we're supposed to be. Yeah, and we drop points. And like you said, even if we drop points, we can't afford to drop any more points. The pressure ain't even on. I do not, bro. This manager's not winning anything. He's getting sacked this season. The Hawks, look at how we're playing. The pressure ain't even on, bro. The pressure ain't even on. We ain't even past Christmas, bro. We ain't even past Christmas. And we're playing like how we always play at the end of the season with 10, 15 games to go. And the mad thing is we ain't even churning up results. We're playing poor, not even getting results. At least Man City are getting results. I know they lost the other day, but most of their games are getting results. Yeah. I was telling people when they were telling me, oh, everything's great. I said, bro, okay, we'll see in it. We'll see. Man, brush away us dropping points against Brighton, us dropping points against Bournemouth. All right, look now.
Yeah, it's that's a very good point that you raise. Yeah, is that we're playing now like we're in the final 10 games of the title race. There should be no pressure right now because nobody can win the title in the first 10 games. There should be no pressure right now. If anything, these are the games where we should be playing with the most freedom. So for Arteta to set us up the way that he has and for us to be as edgy and nervy as we are, I don't even want to know what we're going to play. If we don't make any signings in January, I don't know what I don't even want to know what we're going to play like come like March.
April. Do you know what though? If we go on a run, yeah, you know this fan base. If we go on a run, let's say, all right, we draw against Inter, we beat Chelsea, we beat Forest, we beat, Sporting, they're actually performing well. Let's say we get a result. Let's say we get a draw. But in the league, we beat West Ham, we beat Man United, we beat Fulham. Yeah, we beat Everton, we beat Palace. You know what I'm saying? We beat Ipswich. Let's just say we go on a run. I'm not even going to go through all of them. Let's just say we got a bit of run. Bro, all of a sudden, trust the process. And then you know what happened? Yeah, what will happen is end of the season, everything that we've seen now will come back to bite us in the ass. Everything that we see now is going to come back to bite us in the ass. And even when we get Odegaard back in whatever and there's no more injuries, who cares? The last 2 times we went up for the title race, how many injuries did we have? Odegaard was there. Saka was there. Our best players were there.
They were.
Did we get over the line? Man, talk about these players being injured, yeah? Like, these guys are like world-class players that got us over the line. Don't try it. These players have never got us over the line anyway. So whether you want them available or not, we've not added enough to this team.
Yeah.
Oh, well, don't tell me about players that need to be available that time after time don't perform in the latter stages of the season, bro. I don't have any faith in them because every single time they bottled it alongside this manager. But it's crazy, bro. Watch this fan base, bro. You see all these men that are dropping concerns. The squad ain't good enough. Now they're talking about the summer. We didn't do the right recruitment. The manager, he looks lost. If we go in a run of games, beating teams we're supposed to beat, the narrative will change. But you know what won't change? The real ones. We'll keep saying the same thing because things have not been addressed. There's glaring things that have not been addressed, and a couple of performances ain't going to blind me that all of a sudden everything's good at Arsenal. So even if we go on a run, that doesn't take away the fact that ultimately, when it comes to the crunch end of the season, we're not equipped. The same way we wasn't equipped to beat Bournemouth, or we weren't equipped to beat Newcastle. We're not equipped in these games where the system ain't working, and we need somebody to come up with them moments to get us over the line. We ain't equipped with that. So guess what? You'll always come up short. If you're in a league title, you need
unless we make signings in January.
But last January, everyone told me you can't make signings in January. Nobody wants to sell.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm saying if we sign players of the quality necessary in the areas that is needed, then maybe potentially that changes.
Why would they though? Everybody was excited with Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Like, the club has no incentive to do that because of the reaction of the majority of the fans. They show them that they're happy. So the club has already shown, when we got Jorginho, Trossard, and all that, when we were just getting bare minimum players, they always show this club like, yo, you don't have to go out there and get us a striker. Like, we're not going to kick up a fuss. We'll start making videos about how Havertz is the striker we always needed. This fan base are their biggest enemy. They're their own biggest enemy because they allow this club to do bare minimum. They dictate to the club what the fan base are happy with. And what are they happy with? The bare minimum. So the club's going to do the bare minimum. And we've done this how many years? Like when we got rid of the Invincibles, how many years did we need a Patrick Vieira replacement? How many years did we need a Sol Campbell replacement? How many years we need Thierry Henry replacement? How many years? It's the same old, same old, same old. Why? Because the fan base make excuses, bro. They're not going to fix this team. Because unfortunately, people like myself are the minority.
Yeah.
Why would they? Why are they going to spend less money? If they're in this, let's be real, I don't know how you think. Do you think they're in it for money? Because I do. If they're in it for money, why spend more money if the fan base is happy? Why?
Yeah. No, I do think they're in it for money. Also, another thing is I think because the owners specifically don't really understand certain like concepts inside of English football, it makes it even harder. Like in American sports, like for example, I was talking about it yesterday, there's not really a concept of if you finish 1st to 4th, you get X. If you finish 5th to 7th, you get Y. If you finish 8th, you get blah, blah. If you finish between 18th and 20th, you get There's no concept of relegation in American sports. Like, there's a lot of concepts inside of English football that I just think they just don't quite grasp. And like, obviously in American sports, like there's times where if a team's starting bad, they'll just bun it. Let's just go downhill because then they get higher picks in the draft. So they get favors in the draft. So then they can rebuild for next season. There's not really those concepts in maybe that's why a lot of the American owners wanted the Super League, because the Super League, they would just be making money every season and it doesn't really matter where they finish. Every season they're getting money. So yeah, it is a money thing. It is a money thing. But, you know, Arsenal fans, we already had the chance to go like super ham to get them out. Like when the brother from Spotify, you know, they did the consortium thing with Henry and Bergkamp and you get me, and they wanted to take over Arsenal. Like we could have rioted. Do you know what I mean? We could have come out in full force and like done our utmost to get them out of the club, but we just didn't do it. So I don't think new ownership is an option for Arsenal because the Kroenkes, they don't need money. Like Saudi Prince coming along and saying, yeah, we'll buy Arsenal for $5 billion. They don't need money. Like they're now going to go build like a new $2 to $5 billion stadium for one of their American franchise. They don't need money. Like Stan Kroenke's wife owns Walmart. Walmart is like the biggest supermarket arguably in the world. Asda is a part of Walmart. Asda's like one of the big three in the UK for supermarkets. Like they generate so much money, they don't need money. So I just think they're seeing it as, yeah, man, top four every year. That UCL money is nice. That top four finish money is nice. Whether it's first, second, third, or fourth, you're making well into the hundreds of millions. That TV money is nice. You know, maybe we win an FA Cup at some point and get an extra bit of money. It's nice. We're locked in a deal with the devil, pretty much. Like we sold our soul. Like it's too late. Maybe the only way we get out of it is if and obviously I don't like to wish death upon people, but Stan Kroenke passes away and then Josh just goes, you know, I can't really be asked to, you know, lead all of these franchises. Let me just sell Arsenal because, you know, I'd rather just chill in America and just be with my ice hockey team or be with my basketball team. You know, I can't really, it's too difficult to manage it all. But outside of that, I can't really see new ownership. So new ownership isn't like a thing for us. So honestly, I don't know what the answer is. You know what I mean?
The answer is a fan base to grow some balls. That's all it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? The answer is a fan base to grow some balls, but they don't want to. They don't want to. Too many of them have got self-interest, you know, channels that they built by being like barefaced liars, you know, trying to get on certain media channels. And it is what it is. If the fan base stop going, then all of a sudden they'll have to be forced to act. You know, vote with your money. I don't invest in no Arsenal, nothing. You know, vote with your money. Don't go to games. Don't buy merch. Don't do it. If you want to get some stuff, go get some retro stuff from somebody else. You know what I mean? Go get some retro stuff. Retro stuff's nice.
But that's never going to happen.
Well, this is what I'm saying, because people just... This is the thing, yeah. There's too many people, yeah, that are just happy being led. They're just happy in that. They're comfortable in just being led instead of actually being, you know what? Let's actively do something about it. That's the problem with a lot of people, man. They're just comfortable. A lot of fans just comfortable.
You do realize that even if, like, let's just say, for example, all of the, I guess, quote unquote, diehard English fans stopped investing in Arsenal, it wouldn't even put a dent. It wouldn't even put a scratch in their revenue.
It would in terms of the stadium.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't put a dent. It made them look bad in terms of on TV, because we saw Man United do that, and then they started acting out and going and buying players when fans stopped going to games and then started kicking off at the stadium. All of a sudden, that's what ultimately pushed Wenger out. Fans stopped going to games because the club weren't the ones that were like, "Yo, let's get rid of him." It's the fans saying, "Nah, enough," and there was enough fans that revolted against it for them to make changes.
But bro, more time, the majority of people in the stadium are international fans.
What
do you get what I'm saying? Like, and do you know what it is? It's not even just international fans. It's like, do you know what it's like? It's like a lot of like families. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, mum and dad, yeah, take the kids to the game, you know, and they're deep it when you're like between the ages of like 3 to like 10, 12, whatever, early teenager, you're not thinking about football on this level. You just want to go see your players play football. You're just gassed to just be, oh, I get to go see Saka play football. Do you know what I mean? Like,
watch at home.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, cool, that would be our response, but it's just not gonna happen. Honestly, like, Arsenal fans not going to the stadium, it's just not gonna happen. It really is just not gonna happen. Like, the only way I could see it happening is maybe if after like 20 games we're in the relegation zone. Maybe. But then most fans will be like, oh damn, like, oh, there's a lot of tickets free now. I can finally get to go to a game. Yeah, so like, it's just round and round we go. Like, honestly, like, I don't know what the solution is in it. But all I know is potentially come the end of the season, we could effectively be facing the same problem that we faced when Arteta first came in. We could go back to square one.
There you go. There you go, man. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to Halftime Hooks. You know what I'm saying? Man looks deflated. I can't even lie. I never seen you this deflated. I can't lie, you know.
Bro, because I love my club, you know. Bro, I love my club, man. And just right now, I'm just not feeling the way that things are going. Like, and then, bro, and you know what? It's like, it's different this time as well, innit? Because I do content now. So it's like, I can't even switch off. Yeah, I can't switch because I have to watch everything and be in the loop with everything because I do content. So when I'm feeling this way, it's but I still
pisses you off even more.
And then I gotta go into like this stream, that stream. I have to like just sit there and that person's just cussing my team out. This person's cussing my team out, man. I'm talking and man are in the chat just like slewing, and I'm just like, bro, like I really have to do this, but then I have to do it, and then I'm tired and I'm ill, and bro, it's like, I'm just hoping, you get me. I believe in the Most High, and I'm just hoping that He's got a plan in it. I'm hoping, like, you know what I mean? I believe you have to go through a bit of pain to come out the other side, innit? So maybe there's a plan and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and come 2-2s, April, May, you know, I'm looking at a different scenario, innit? But right now it's very difficult to be super positive, right? I don't know how these men do it. Honestly, I don't know how these men do it. Do you know, it's like, bro, it's like every day you go to school, and you know, as you get to the gates, like the older kids, like they just punch you up and take your lunch money for the day. But they're doing it every single day, bro. But then, yeah, I'm just smiling. I don't know how they do it, bro. Every day going.
Some of these top gooners actually went through that. You're actually talking about their school heritage. I'm being real. You think I'm joking? I'm being real, bro. That's why someone like me, they're too much. We're too much of them, because they're just like, oh my days, I'm getting flashbacks. You know what I'm saying? You can't take it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man, bro. It is what it is. Listen, I hear it, man. I hear it. I get your pain. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Just I don't know what you're holding on to, bro. This manager needs to go. He's not gonna turn this around. I'll be real with you. It ain't gonna change, bro. It ain't gonna change. You're causing yourself more pain. You know what I mean? Avoiding the inevitable, bro. And once upon a time, I was like that. You know, in 05, 06. I soon quickly realized, nah. Disconnect, man. You need to disconnect a little bit with this club, because when you let them have your heart, yeah, they just break it every single time, bro. They break it every single time. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can support the club. You want to support the club, but man, this club, I'm telling you, bro, they can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. But listen, tell the people them where they can find your Halftime Hooks and what you got coming up, bro.
You can find me at Halftime Hooks, yeah, on a YouTube, on a Instagram, on a Twitter, on a TikTok. I'm doing a watch along later to the Liverpool Leverkusen game, so I'll be there then. And like, look, I stream every day, bro. Like minimum 2 streams a day. I drop a video every day now and then as well. And yeah, you'll see me on most channels. Like at this point, I'm hearing that like my face is known everywhere. People know my face, and I've been told that I'm just like, yeah, I'm just one of the people that's just like kind of like I'm just a normal face in the scene now, innit? So yeah, man, if you want to support me, come on through. You know, I think I'm like maybe 50 something away from 1.4, 40 something away from 1.4. You get me? So come join the gang, man. Hey, we're called the Akat Hookski now, innit? You get me? So come true. You get me? Them anime references, man that know the thing, and you get me? Yeah, young player of the season. I'm on it, man.
Okay, well, we'll see, man. We'll see when we see when you had enough of this manager and his sexy ninjutsu, and we'll talk then, innit? We'll talk then. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're redirecting to Lee. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to Halftime Hooks. And we're out, familia. Northside Raid on Lee's stream. Northside Raid.